Hi guys, I'm back, and at the request of Richard, I'm going to be reviewing the Tom Ford website. TomFord.com. He's a famous, renowned designer, and I don't think there's an Australian website. But let's see what's available in their ready-to-wear collection. Where should we go? Evening wear or jackets? Let's go jackets. Tom Ford stuff is more high-end designer stuff, but ignore the price tag and get inspiration from the cuts, the patterns, and the styles. So obviously if you love something, you're welcome to buy it, or you can take inspiration and look for the different elements that you like from what you see here, and try and find it in like medium to lower end brands. So we've got a Grand Sporty Prince of Wales Articus jacket. So if you look at this pattern, it's most commonly known as the Prince of Wales pattern, and this pattern comes out in the winter a lot. So this has got a peak lapel. So it doesn't zoom in. Oh look, I've discovered the zoom function for you. So there's a peak lapel. So if you notice a jacket lapel that has this kind of point, so points upwards, that's usually called a peak lapel. And if you look at this jacket, oops, can't hover. If you look at the jacket next to it, and it's just got like a even cutout where the top of the lapel and the bottom, the second half of the lapel at the bottom, it's similar. Nothing points out further than the other. That's usually called a notch lapel. So going back to the Prince of Wales jacket. So it's a sporty jacket, looks like a sports jacket. From what not 100%, but it's possible that the lining on the inside, see the black part, so it's like a secondary layer under the outer layer of the jacket, there's a little gap here, and it may be because it's actually partially lined. So when you think of a sports jacket, not your traditional suit jacket, it's a sports coat or sports jacket because it's designed to be a bit more sporty to allow more maneuverability. So if there's less lining, I do believe it's called the canvas, then it will allow you to move more. So it's a bit more flexible. So you want to be careful with these peak lapels. They go well with men who have a broader shoulder, broader stance, I believe, because it covers a bit more ground, so it breaks up so imagine there's an invisible line, and it breaks up the thickness and the width of your shoulder, so it doesn't look as broad. It also looks good for leaner men because it gives I don't know what I was trying to say. It gives you a bit more strength and more structure there, and it also, because the peak lapel points out, it creates this illusion of a broader shoulders. So it's a classic pattern, and I'll leave that there. So we've got Grand Dry Sharkskin Atticus jacket. I'm not going to click into it. But I am curious about what they mean by sharkskin. It may just be the texture. I don't know if there's sharkskin in there, but similar cut to the previous Prince of Wales jacket, just in a different color, different texture. What we got? Here we got a denim Atticus jacket. So once again, it's got the peak lapel. It's a bit clearer here to see that that's a peak lapel. To double button, so it's for people who want to look neat but also casual. So the denim brings this casual air to it, and there's definitely only partial lining here because you can see that the top part's darker but the inside here is lighter. So I think that's bare. There might just be one layer, so it allows more maneuverability. It's got a bit of a 70s vibe in my opinion. So it's more forming a casual wear, but it's still, but it's a refined denim look. We've got here a cocktail jacket, dinner jacket. with a shawl lapel. So if you don't see any notches here, no breaks, it's just you know, a straight curve down the lapel. That's called a shawl lapel because it's like a shawl, like a scarf you wrap around. So it's for evenings, dinner jackets, cocktail, and it's got mohair. I'm not sure where the mohair is. It might just be in the weave with maybe there's wool in the jacket as well. So some similar designs we've seen so far. We've got a leather blazer, leather jacket. It's pretty cool. Not sure about the double leather. It is a bit full on. Might be more of a runway look or a super fashionista look. But I can appreciate a leather blazer, you know, in a suit cut, particularly in winter. I think it's like the leather brings this kind of toughness and edginess and a bit of texture with a subtle shine, but it has that gentlemanly air with that classic cut. See if there's anything different, unique. So we've got some pattern here. So for the fellas who are going, you know, you'll probably wear this to quite a special occasion, and it adds a bit of flair. It does have maybe an Elton John kind of vibe. It is quite out there. I mean, the blue swirl Atticus cocktail jacket is a bit more out there than this black leopard print Atticus cocktail jacket. So this one, it's got interest, right, but it is more subtle because there's lower contrast between the leopard spots and the base color of the jacket. So I think it's interesting, but not too overwhelming. It is still a bit out there. But if you're wearing this in the evening, you think the contrast with the darkness of the atmosphere and the contrast of the jacket is quite low. So even though right now against a white background, it does stand out quite a bit, but in the evening, if you're wearing other dark elements like dark pants, dark shoes, then it actually might not be that loud, but still kind of funky if you're into leopard print or this kind of pattern. This one's a bit louder, but as you can see in the full outfit, it's I think there's an element of shine, not 100%, but the swirls are not too stark because the lines of the swirls are softer. It's not as edgy, not as rigid. So kind of cool, kind of fancy. I think from afar it might have that kind of metallic foil look. So not that horrible once you wear it. And yeah, like the thing is, when you're shopping online, the colors will always vary to when you try it in person. So I don't particularly like shopping online. I bought a lot of things before where the color on the screen looks great. It looks great on the model because it's been styled well, it's been paired well with the model. But when you get it in your own light, on your own skin tone, it doesn't quite work. That's why, even though, you know, I've considered working with my clients on Zoom, but at the end of the day, you know, what you're wearing isn't just for the screen, it's for real life. So you have to try it on to make sure it works for your colors and your natural features, and that you're comfortable in it, you like the feel of the fabric, and you want to make sure it fits well. So you have to try things on. So when I get to work with my clients and when I work in their, you know, in their wardrobe or take them shopping, once they've got it on, you know for sure whether it works or not. And it's so much harder online. We've got a burgundy velvet jacket. Velvet jackets are, I'm not going to tell you why completely, but if you can get your hands on a velvet jacket that doesn't need to be too striking in color, it could be a secret weapon. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you have any future requests for any videos or websites you'd like me to, you know, review for you. And to find out more about my personal style services, head on over to mayalee.co. Thanks for watching. Cheers.